The pressure on, we feel it, but you got it all. Believe it. And believe they did. Every South African today who watched the match, they believed that this historic moment can come at any time. And obviously, the celebrations will be in full swing, whether it is at Lord's, whether it is at back home, because South Africa has finally broken the jinx of 27 years of not having an ICC trophy. It is done under the leadership of Temba Bavuma. And Shikhar, thank you for joining. I mean, yesterday you have already given a lot of, juice about this match. But yeah, before we start talking about two, three players and some highlights, please tell Shikhar how was the game for you today?
Yeah, the wine is flowing. The wine is absolutely flowing throughout the South Africa, from Paarl to the Table Mountain of Cape Town, where people are jumping up and down, to the Johannesburg, to Durban on the coast. Every South African, Temba Bavuma, he absolutely touched my heart when he said that we are a divided nation, but today is the time to become one. It's true because Manisha, this is not easy for South Africa. You see what happens in South Africa, what all has been happening in South Africa. It's very sad. This is a cricketing powerhouse which has lot of talent, but they see lot of brain drain, like
Yeah,
we call brain drain. We see lot of cricketing
yeah.
drain from South Africa. Lot of their players go on to play for England, like we saw Kevin Peterson, Andrew Strauss, Craig Sweater, and many other players who settle down in England because they have a grandmother living in England. So you know the and especially with all these talks of reservation quota system, a lot of politics there. There was a justice commission that was formed in South Africa a few years ago, which said that there was discrimination going on in South Africa in cricket, and a lot of players announced retirement. Recently we saw Henrik Larsson announce retirement. Quinton de Kock was captain of the test team, but he announced retirement from there. Dean Elgar announced retirement suddenly just after first two test matches, when the team was going to take a tough assignment in New Zealand. And between all this chaos comes Temba Bavuma, and he finds himself two or three experienced players like Rabada and Markram, who have been playing for South Africa for more than 5 years or more than 6 years. And with this core group, he forms a team that can go and achieve this. And a lot of people were discounting South Africa's candidacy to reach here. And they were saying that they got a easy deal. They did not play England, they did not play Australia, but they did play India, they did play Pakistan, they did play Sri Lanka, they had to go to Bangladesh and win 2-0 there. So they had a lot of challenges in front of them.
Yeah.
So I don't buy that logic, and I'm so happy that the naysayers have been proved. uh, they had to eat their words because South Africa not only won this
Yeah.
World Test Championship final, but they absolutely dominated it. They have
Yes.
won this by 6 wickets,
Yeah.
chasing 280 comfortably,
Yeah.
and even the people who were having the paranoia like they will collapse, or like I was telling them that nothing is going to happen like that, but still people were carrying their reputational
Yeah,
bias.
because
And
yes, whatever's happened, right? I mean, people are obviously some are really genuinely scared. Some are just like, yeah. Yeah.
I know. See, the history plays a part into
Yeah.
all this, but you have to see, like RCB proved in IPL. You have to see the squad, and you have to see the
Year of
conditions of
chokers.
the match. And yes, they may have been branded chokers, but
Yeah.
in white ball cricket there is an element of
Yes.
run rate also,
Yeah,
that
pressure.
you
Yeah,
have you
pressure.
can't play dots. But
Yes.
here South Africa already managed the most difficult task of bowling out Australia cheaply in
Yeah.
the third innings. So after that the pitch
I
had
mean,
completely
they
flattened out.
had both the time and the pitch by their side. It was, I mean, if you
Yes.
still do foolishness, then it is really a crime. So I think they understood that that was itself was the first point in their drawing board, that stay calm,
Yeah.
stay composed. We have everything by our side right now. So yeah. But Shikhar, before
Absolutely.
before
And
we go to just some more of your technical, the way maybe some about Australia also will talk regarding Temba Bavuma. Whatever points you mentioned, whether it was reservation or about the unity, everything today Bavuma said in the post match presentation. And
Hmm.
I mean, the guy speaks so well as a captain. Generally, I've seen
Hmm.
many captains, they don't
Hmm.
talk much about what is going on currently. They just say, yeah, everybody
Hmm.
played well. But he addressed that how many people were questioning about their selection as a finalist, how people, they are divided, but so much crowd support. I mean, I was heartening to see so much crowd supporting, cheering every ball. So I feel as a
Hmm.
captain, he doesn't show much. He feels that his action will is louder than his words, and very well done with with that limping, with scoring an half century and first innings also. Very clutch partnership with Beddingham, who is, I mean, obviously, we will talk maybe
Yeah,
about bit him.
you're right. You're so right. He speaks very honestly,
Yeah,
sometimes too honestly, maybe, because he was asked about Markram, and he said that people were questioning his position, and it's true. We were all questioning his position, and he got out on a duck also in the first
yeah,
innings. He has not had a great WTC by his standards.
yeah,
See, Markram is the star who actually won the Under 19 World Cup for South Africa, and he had been called as the next big thing in South African cricket. Then he scored a century versus Australia in that sandpaper series in 2018, which was a big series win for South Africa,
yeah.
big
It's been
home
so
series
long
win.
time. Yeah,
AB de Villiers was retiring in that series, and he
yeah.
told that I will make the Australians pay, and they did win that series. And
Wow.
Markram was a big had a big role in that series.
Yeah,
So after that, Markram career has become, a bit like you will say KL Rahul. He's only 4 years younger to KL Rahul. Although KL Rahul is 4 years older, but he hasn't achieved much in his life till now. But Markram was following a similar path. I was thinking that he was also following that path, but they believed in him.
yeah, yeah.
He has won two SA20 titles, Manisha, and
Yes.
winning a domestic league is not a joke. See, for us, we watch IPL, we Indians watch IPL, and for us, IPL is everything because
Yeah,
our Indians players play there. But for them, it is SA20. And they have started, these crowds have
yeah,
started coming in South African cricket is reviving because of
yeah.
SA20. So there, Markram has proved himself by winning two titles back to back. So he is a big match player, there is no doubt. And even in this edition, they lost in the finals.
Yeah,
They played very well, and this time they
yeah,
lost to MI Cape Town. But
yeah.
he has proved himself, and he's a big
Absolutely.
match player. And today
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
he delivered
And
on
you
the
know,
big stage.
Shikhar,
Hmm.
like Pratik is not here with us today, but kudos to him because when you guys started the preview of this match, he had raised the topic of Shukri Conrad, if I'm the coach from the team, and what Bavuma has said about Markram, the same was said about him also. That why so much noise about Markram being in the squad as an opener.
Hmm.
Just look at how he performed this cycle. He has
Hmm.
centuries. It's not like, I mean. He's some ordinary player. They believed in him as again believed. So, and what a marvelous innings. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah.
See, they took a gamble on Makram. They
Yes,
could have gone for Tony Dezorzi.
yes.
He performed well in Bangladesh.
Yeah,
He did well in Bangladesh, but they went with experienced pro Markram
yeah,
because Markram has had the experience, and this English condition would suit Markram.
yeah.
And he could bowl also some overs, which actually proved crucial because he got two important wickets when partnership was building.
Yes.
So definitely his experience of having played so much cricket
Yeah.
helped them on a big stage. And I think Rabada didn't get the man of the
Yeah, I
match
was
in
about to
this, which
ask you,
is
are you upset? Are you sad because of Rabada not getting the man of the match?
definitely, because I think a bowler's job is much tougher than a batsman job in Test cricket.
Yeah,
Especially, Markram got very helpful pitch conditions. He played a chanceless knock. There is no
yeah,
doubt that
yeah,
he played a chanceless knock, but I think he got the rub of the green in terms of pitch. But I think Rabada on day one, day two, the way
yeah,
he bowled, even the ball was moving around against that quality of Australian
mm,
batting was too good. And
yeah.
South Africa had other bowlers too. They had Marco Jansen, but did he pick a fifer?
Exactly.
No. Did Ngidi pick a fifer? No.
Yeah.
But this guy picked 5 plus 4,
Yeah, yeah,
9 wickets in this match. And from Australia's side, Pat Cummins picked
yeah.
6 for. but there are no other bowlers. Stark picked 2 wickets. What
Yeah,
about Josh Hazelwood? He was not as effective in this test match. So obviously, I think Rabada was the key differentiator
yeah.
in this match with his bowling. I think he should have got the player of the match, but
But
he
yeah,
will be happy with the
I
WTC
yes, as you
trophy.
said, Shikhar, as I remember when he took those 9 wickets, he was interviewed asking like
Hmm.
how it would have been if you would have got 10 wickets. It is still like a very sweet thing. He said,
Hmm.
"I just want to win. It's
Hmm.
okay." I mean that shows that he was just there to win. He's a lot mature
Hmm.
compared to his age, and I think you are comparing. You are telling that it is Marco Jansen or the other pacers. I think he has moved beyond them long back. He's now being compared with Bumrah and all those Stark, like those
Hmm.
kind of. But yeah, it was so
I
good.
think we have to mention some small contributions also,
Yes,
like David
we have to.
Beddingham. I think he played
Oof,
superbly in the first innings. 44, he
yes,
was the top scorer from South
yeah,
Africa's side.
yeah,
Temba Bavuma obviously scored
yeah,
36 and 66.
yeah,
He also played a brilliant role. Yes, he got a catch drop,
yeah,
and now Indian fans are crying that यार काश स्टीव स्मिथ विराट कोहली का चांस छोड़ देता पता नहीं कहाँ से इंडियन फैंस आ जाते हैं आई थिंक इट्स द डे फॉर इंडियन फैंस बेसिकली
yeah,
because they are so happy that Australia lost. So,
yeah,
yeah, all that angle is also coming. But
yeah,
Temba was superb. I mean, the shots that he played, the technique
yeah,
that he has displayed,
yeah.
you know, he played attacking cricket. Actually, he started playing attacking cricket,
True.
and that gave the motivation to others also to play
Yeah.
attacking cricket,
Yes.
which
Yes.
I think helped South Africa in the second innings.
Yes.
Um, Everyone just, I think
Yeah.
Markram was very good. Maharaj played his role.
NGD
Uh, you
also,
know,
whom we were questioning,
NGD,
but thank God for some of his wickets.
yeah, NGD
Everybody,
was the
everybody.
turning point. I will say
Yeah.
his
I
wickets.
mean,
It was
unlike Australia,
that.
where you can literally pick minimum two, three players who gave zero contribution, that was not the case in South Africa. Everybody had a
Hmm.
certain character and they went with it. Some contribution they have given,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. I can say. I mean, okay, you can say Ryan Rickelton and Kristen Stubbs were
But yeah,
probably
today
not.
also Stubbs at least stayed. Like, I mean, it's a
Hmm.
rush of
Yeah,
blood,
yeah.
right? Anything can happen. So yeah, but yeah,
Today, though, I was sure that's other. But yeah, yeah,
yeah,
you're right. They did all help to
yeah,
win.
yeah, yeah,
See, it's a team game. After all, it's a team game, and individual contributions
yeah,
matter to an extent, but your team is the one that pushes you to the
yeah.
victory. So we should not single out actually, but it's the
Absolutely,
entire
absolutely.
South African team has
Yes,
done
yes.
brilliantly. Even in the field, the slip catches. Lot of people will
Initially,
forget the slip
yeah,
catches,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
there
It's
also they were brilliant. Like they were taking some brilliant catches.
yes,
Markram
yes.
and Kyle Varane has taken some superb catches, and I am so happy actually. Kyle Varane was the person to hit the winning runs
It
because
was so nice for
when
him
the team
also.
when I remember the first test in Bangladesh, they were actually struggling and he hit a brilliant 100 there. I think that totally turned around the fortune and the positiveness of the group.
Yes, yes, yes.
Temba Bavuma was also not on that tour. It was a tough tour
Correct.
for South Africa,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and there he absolutely led
Nailed it. Yeah,
brilliantly. I mean,
yeah,
they had a brilliant series there. So Kyle Varane
yeah.
deserved to hit that winning run. I was so happy that he got the chance to hit
And,
the winning run
and
today.
Shikhar, like I will just put two interesting question which might like maybe upset you also, but I wanted to also
Hmm.
reshare with our reshare with you and share with our audience here, whoever watches, about a very heartwarming story of Temba Bavuma. Yesterday only I have watched it on Twitter that his
Hmm.
grandmother used to call him Temba because Temba means hope, and I was just thinking, like, whenever history is about to happen, some kind of this heartwarming stories will come up and will make your eyes moist. So, yeah, man, I mean, that guy was so numb even after the victory. He is like, okay, we have won. Let me just, it was a really nice.
Yeah, it the
Yeah,
post was on X that it took so much effort to make the climb that you don't have any energy to celebrate
correct.
the
Yes.
conquest.
And Shikhar,
He
it
was
is I
very.
yeah, sorry just to interrupt, but I think it is very easy to make fun of someone's physical like stature, like
Hmm.
because he's not
Hmm.
tall. I mean, like batters are generally imagined to be very muscular, have a swag, have a flair, but he chose the difficult path as a black. South African to choose batting, while major of them choose bowling. We have seen Philander, Anthony, Rabada. So kudos to him, man. He didn't give a damn about what people are talking about him. He just, got the trophy back home.
Yeah, I remember I said that on the WhatsApp group that played like Sachin Tendulkar, and someone
Little
was
must.
like कि यार अपना चश्मा ठीक करवा लो. So
Oh.
yeah, I think you didn't see that. Okay,
No.
so you
We-
missed that. Devanshu was saying. So
yeah.
anyway, but what I feel that see, first of all, to be a black cricketer in South Africa, it means a lot because the majority of the black population go towards football, or some of them go towards rugby. There were no black cricketers when South Africa started playing. I think the first one who really broke through was Makaya Ntini, who was and today Dale Steyn was actually giving him tribute by saying 19th Street, 18th Street, like how he will count down the runs when South Africa was near to a victory. I think Makaya Ntini is such an important figure in South African cricket. Today we are remembering Lance Klusner, Alan Donald, Hansie Cronje, Herschel Gibbs, Graham Smith, all the great South African, I mean, AB de Villiers,
You can't
Fab
even
du
count.
Plessis, all these
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
South Africans, but we are forgetting about Makhaya Ntini. I think he actually started, he was an inspiration because he didn't even have bowling boots, bowling shoes to, and he started bowling. He came from below poverty line. You have to see, South Africa is a country which has so much of
Going on.
division even among blacks. Like there are so
Yes.
many different tribes who are rival tribes. So there is a book by Trevor Noah, Born to be Afraid, on South African culture. So there he talks about the rivalry between these tribes and how much even they are blacks, they hate each other.
Hmm.
They want to murder each other, or the crime rates are very high.
Very high.
And despite South Africa having diamond, gold, and vines, and
They're
they are having so many good things in their country, but there is this racial division.
yes.
So Makhaya Ntini did not have the boots, but he started bowling, and then he inspired a lot of black South Africans
Yeah.
to take up cricket. And slowly we saw Ashwell Prince coming in, some more, Lonwabo Sosobe, then Vernon Philander. So many guys came in, Feklukwao. Then finally comes Temba Bavuma, and he is the one. Look at the way he speaks and look at the way he leads. Look at his eyes, the intensity, the way which he plays.
Not a
Uh,
single test match loss as a captain. 10.
Not a single test match lost as a captain, and he looks for character. He told
Yes.
today he looks for attitude and character. That's what he saw in Aiden Markram.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
that a lot of people were saying to drop him,
Yeah.
but I found his character to be
Yeah.
amazing, and that's why he's a big match player, and Aiden has to be there.
Yeah. And
So
just
even
yeah. Yeah.
Rabada. I have never seen him actually praise Temba, even though like they are black brothers, they should be praising each other. But he never actually praised Temba before. Today was the first time I actually saw him praising Temba.
Mm.
So it was amazing what South Africa has achieved
Yeah.
with Temba
But
Bavuma.
also, I mean, Pratik, we were talking about you, like how I just want, I mean, because now you have come, I wanted to do this for you because you always used to praise Markram and also you spoke about Shukri Conrad. So great faith, man, great faith. How you feel now? South Africa has broken the jinx.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys share the video link late. I'm fortunate to join today because South Africa has done such remarkable feat.
Yeah,
And yeah, so basically, when ABD retired, I thought Markram is one guy who can carry the legacy, who can still make sure South Africa is at least talked about teams and not a forgotten team. But he did disappoint. Even for Temba, we were actually criticized him a lot when he was given the charge of T20, a format where I don't think his
he
skills
can, no, 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 huh?
are
Correct.
suits well. Yeah, but
Yeah,
we say in Hindi, right? Der hai durust
yeah,
hai. So these guys, they came home today and they are taking this trophy home. I'm so happy. They all performed. Seriously, what great! Like you were thinking, Temba is making a mistake when he was zero, not out of 25 in the first innings, but he had a vision. He
yeah,
had that self confidence in him that
yes,
he can take his team out of that hole, and they did. So
Yeah.
fantastic achievement for South Africa. Like for so many generations, we have seen
Yeah.
remarkable players, but
Yeah.
they could not win like a big trophy like this.
Yeah, I mean,
So
even if you see the TV screen, it felt like Stain. I think Graham Smith was there, Sean Pollock, everybody. They felt like their child is reliving their dreams because these guys played so well, but they could never touch the trophy. And now this dream is, finally there, and everybody's like so emotional. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I had two interesting
And actually, I
questions.
have to
Yeah,
thank
Shikhar.
ICC also for having this Test Championship,
Yeah,
because white ball. I think, see, South Africa have been knocking the door. To be honest,
yeah,
I'll tell you that even 2023 Cricket World Cup in India, which was held in India, a
Mhm.
lot of people didn't believe that South Africa were favorites for that.
yeah,
But the way they played, they made the semi-finals. They were scoring 400 plus runs. We were initially surprised.
yeah,
Yeah,
Aiden Markram, I think, scored 142 balls or something. He scored the
they knocked
fastest
out
century by
Pakistan,
yeah,
and they fought well in the semi-finals. Yeah, you can say they fought well.
in the semi-finals also. They were just moments away.
Mm.
It was Josh English who just snatched that game from them. So they were then comes the T20 World Cup. They are nearly there. They are just
Mm.
30 runs away from glory
yeah,
and bringing that first title to South Africa.
yeah,
See, and finally it is that. So they have been knocking the door, and even with their all their players actually losing
yeah,
faith in South African
yeah,
system and all the chaos going on with the coaching and everything, but still,
yeah.
their talent pool is so big that players are keep on coming. Just
Coming.
new players are keep on coming.
Yeah.
We saw that they went with a C team to New Zealand. Also, they found Dane Patterson, who was
That's,
member of this squad of
yes.
WTC. So they kept on finding Tony DeZorzi, someone David Beddingham
Yeah.
sacrificed his SA20
Yeah.
career for playing Test cricket.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these new guys kept on coming and delivering, and that's the beauty of South African
And
cricket. There is so much talent.
there was actually never a doubt on their talent. They had, as you said, they have
Mhm.
plenty of that, but it was always their mentality which was questioned. And this WTC and
Mhm.
even obviously the months practicing before that, they have just rubbed it like dusted away. So that is
But
why.
don't make a mistake. This chase would have been very difficult if Markram did not anchor it right through the end. Like you have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
give hats off. Yeah, they did lose some wickets today morning, so
correct.
it would have become tricky if say Markram also got out early.
That is why
So
they
I'm
gave him
glad he
man of
was.
the match, just
Unfortunately, he
to,
wasn't. He couldn't carry his bat. Like it always happens. Like even Travis had in the
yeah.
2023 World Cup final, he got out just moments before the win. So
Mm.
that's one thing. Like these great innings, they're not able to carry the bat.
Yeah,
But nonetheless, what an effort! And this should I want to say one point that Shikhar mentioned yesterday. This win should inspire other nations also because this is now a championship where New Zealand and South Africa have won titles. So what are you doing, West Indies? What are you doing, Pakistan? Like seriously, this should inspire a lot of other teams. I was actually disappointed
Mhm.
middle of the third cycle. I thought this is a format where India meets someone, but India got knocked out
Mhm.
after getting defeats from New Zealand and Australia, and
yeah,
now we have a surprise champion. So again, next cycle should even be more competitive. I want to see India and Australia getting competition from England, South Africa, Sri Lanka, and it should be very
yeah.
exciting.
But with
See,
Australia,
I
I
think,
just wanted, yeah, so Shikhar, I just wanted, maybe you can add your point to this if it is related. I just wanted to ask two things from Australia's point of view. First is why Pat Cummins was showing so much heroism of bowling bouncers to Rabada. I mean, proving what? I think he literally paid lot of heed to Anderson. The second was how after playing so many finals, Australia couldn't read the pitch, and everybody was talking like the day is going to be better, the day is going to be better for batting. How could they perish like just by playing 1.5, I think, session, something like that, in day two and like that. So yeah, very
see,
shocking.
Manisha, I'm going to first talk about a little bit in general about the cricket, this era of cricket. See, unfortunately, Australia had a great chance to make this cricket generation memorable. I'm happy for South Africa that they are not going to be called chokers anymore because they won the trophy. And all credit to Temba and every South African fan who kept believing in South Africa. All that is good. But in terms of history, history, this was a golden opportunity for Australia because they've been so consistent. Even the first WTC final, they should have made the final. They got some points deducted because of overrate, and there was a series with South Africa, which got
South Africa
cancelled because
only.
of,
They had to tour away,
yeah,
but they couldn't attend that. Yeah.
they have cancelled that tour, and that costed them the WTC final place, and New Zealand qualified in that place. So they cancelled that tour because of COVID, and probably they didn't understand the WTC, just like Ben Stokes. They thought it's a cheap tournament, maybe first time ICC is starting. So, they didn't take it that seriously. But ever then, since, see, the 2023, they won the ODI World Cup and they won the Test World Cup. But either side of that, they have not been great. For some reason or other, they have been underestimating few things, like this Champions Trophy was, I think, a great opportunity for the real Australia to turn up and show their dominance, and
They could have
show
shown
and
the early 2000s domination had they sent their A side in the Champions Trophy, tried to win it, and again this one. They missed both of them, and now they are definitely not a great side.
Very
yeah,
complacent.
they exposed themselves, like, they could have come for Champions Trophy full steam and tried to win it, and they could have exposed India
Hmm.
and said that no matter how much games you play in Dubai, we will never let you win. Even with their A side, they troubled India, took it to the last few overs, but they didn't have the will, and I have now serious doubts on their motivation. I think their only motivation is to win at home and draw big crowds. They don't want to win anything global. They've been struggling away from home, and I think Pat Cummins should resign from captaincy. Mitchell Stark should retire from bowling, because these people lack serious motivation to win. I think they lack serious motivation. Nothing will happen with this useless show of aggression with bowling some bouncers to Rabada. It's
There
not
is
going.
not even
Nothing is going
aggression.
to.
Like when group we're talking, right? It's like fake aggression, no aggression at all. Like compared to those Ricky
No, it's
Ponting era,
okay.
where is aggression?
Cricket is, in
Yeah.
cricketing terms,
They're
this
taking it
Australia is
very,
still.
very, lightly as we saw Cummins
I
yawning.
mean, Manisha, honestly, you
Mm.
only rated them so high. I actually got in your words and I started rating them. They are actually a fraud team and they're bullshit. And today I'm going to call this useless team out.
Yeah.
And they are nowhere near the. Actually, they are as good as the Indian team. And even Baby Prince Shubman Gill will beat them very badly. This Australian team very badly at home.
Yeah.
And they deserve to lose because they're careless. They don't care about
Mm.
winning. They just don't care about winning.
Yeah.
Even with IPL, we saw how casually they took it this year. Like,
Also,
if
some
you were
I think
saving yourself,
they're also so stubborn. I
They
mean,
kicked out Justin Langer also, not to
hmm.
forget. Again, shows that the discipline is lacking in
And
this team.
why they are so stubborn? I mean, they are like, if it is a WTC, it is a ultimate test. This match, we will still play these three pacers. I mean, why you couldn't give Boland, who just has come fresh from a BGT, as the hero? Some of the choices are so stubborn. It is like mind-boggling. Even they got Green, but they didn't even let him bowl one single over. Then what is the point of playing Green as an all-rounder? Like baffling
yeah, in
decisions.
hindsight, if I knew that Green was not bowling for me, I would have definitely played Boland or definitely played another batsman, Sam Constas. That didn't make any sense that you picked Cameron Green as a
Yeah.
batter. Okay, he won you some important series in New
Yeah.
Zealand, but it doesn't mean that you will slot him straight away. Boland has done much more than Green, and if you know, in hindsight, if you knew that he's not going to bowl, I think that's a selection blunder from Pat
But
Cummins,
but I
and
doubt
he's been.
Hazelwood more. Hazelwood was pathetic. What did he
Yeah,
do?
exactly. If they
Pathetic.
knew that he will not be able to extract so much bounce, then
Yeah,
then again Boland would have been a better choice over Hazelwood.
absolutely.
And the second thing is obviously luck. They lost the toss, Manisha. To be
Yeah.
honest, they couldn't have done much because on
No,
the first
but
day
Shikhar, they
itself,
had the game in their
Exactly. In the
hands.
second
But
innings, we
yeah,
know,
they
Shikhar. In
were
the second
complacent
innings,
in
we
when they
know.
came to bat.
Yeah, yeah.
They were very complacent when they came to bat.
Yes,
see,
They
yes.
never thought of posting a
today
good
it was
score.
asked to Pat Cummins like what happened in the
Hmm.
second innings.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
he said it was a combination of both. So I am going to believe his words. It was a
Yeah.
combination of conditions and some poor batting.
Hmm.
But it was not poor batting alone. It was also the conditions were very spicy till that
Till
time, till they were
they
73
got,
for
they
7.
got. Hmm.
They
Hmm.
lost 4 wickets
Yeah.
in a mere space of
Yeah.
42 balls. So it's not also about the runs. In just 7 overs, you can't lose all your middle order.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So they were unlucky with the toss. See, this pitch
Yes.
was such
No,
that
that
it
that
was a
we agree.
baseball
Yeah.
pitch,
Yeah.
and this even Rabada said this in the
Yeah.
post match conference when he talked to Hayden and Peterson. So he said that we won a good toss. We were really lucky with the toss. So yeah, I mean Australia were unlucky, but still as a champion side, you expect them to deliver, take those wickets. They dropped Temba Bavuma, but still you are expecting them to make another opportunity, but they could not. Maybe Aiden Markram batted too well, Bavuma batted well, but they should have still managed to create a chance, and they did not because they have been taking it too casually since they won 2023 WTC and ODI World Cup in the same year. After that, you see, they have not taken Maxwell seriously. They have not. They have not. They are losing players now. Stoinis has retired. Too many. They are losing players
And they
also.
are having
So this
retirement,
clearly
correct.
shows something is wrong with Pat Cummins' leadership. And now is the time that
Actually,
uh,
I just realized
actually
Mitchell Marsh was having a purple patch in IPL. Where did he go?
Who, sorry?
yeah,
Mitchell Marsh. Okay, Mitch Marsh.
Ah,
Mitchell Marsh. Yeah, he's had a bad test form. To be honest, he's not doing well in tests. Okay, so he was there in Indian tour initially.
Yeah.
Mitchell Marsh, let's forget Mitchell Marsh. They made this Pat Cummins, he made David Warner retire just because he was having a weakness against Stuart Broad. He said, and he was scoring a lot
And
of runs in
Stuart Broad
Australia.
himself retired. God.
Yeah, and he made David Warner retire, and he did lot of things on his own. Pat Cummins. He looks very innocent and naive kind of a guy, but this guy is quite clever, and he's doing calling a lot of his own shots here.
Yeah.
So I think Pat Cummins has to take the responsibility. This is a big failure from Australia side.
Yeah.
Every Australian, you look at the great cricketers, they were like already celebrating, and that Jake Jickings guy, he's in London already celebrating the win.
And
So there's
yeah,
a
very
big
just quick also thing, Shikhar, or regarding the retirement part you spoke, maybe whatever in anger or what thing. Like if Rohit and Virat could be asked to retire from, let's say, only test I'm talking about, because of what the start is saying, stats, then same can go for Hazelwood, Cummins, and Stark also. If they are aging, they are not able to perform back to back, not able to win, then retirement is also not a bad
but their
idea.
stats are not bad, Manish. Actually, their
Hmm.
stats are still good. But it's just that this failure is equal to India's ODI World Cup failure. How they lost to in front of million people in Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
Similarly, these people also got absolutely embarrassed here. So
Yeah.
this embarrassment, someone has to be blamed, and I think it's Pat Cummins. He is the villain of this match, and he should be absolutely thrown out of this team and thrown out of Australia. Absolutely, Pat Cummins. That fraud has been exposed big time.
Yeah.
And taking useless 6 wickets doesn't matter if you can't win your team the test
Yeah.
match.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Travis Head also needs to be dropped. These guys
Oh,
need to be
Travis
dropped
said,
now.
obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these guys need to be dropped. Steve Smith, what useless thing you are doing?
And you
Just one
forgot
catch
Khwaja
drop, you're
also.
holding.
Name him also. What was he doing as an
Khwaja,
opener?
yeah. You are so prideful of winning finals and you lose to South Africa. I think you should be thrown out of Australia.
Yeah.
I
And
think there should be no mercy from.
they're much more experienced than the South African side.
And
So yeah, it is double embarrassing.
now I feel like India lost the BGT because no one could support Yashasvi and not because of the Australian great bowlers. I don't think India
Yeah.
is
No, I
batters is
think
to
my
blame more.
respect has increased, Pratik, for Virat and Rohit after seeing this Australian performance. Because now there is no single winner of this era. There is no dangerous team of this era.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
teams
nobody
are
is
equal
like a
and all
numero,
teams.
Yeah.
every the
And
it's
Manisha, another point
Nobody
is these
is.
three will probably retire around the same time, these three fast bowlers, and they have not developed any other bowlers. They have
yeah.
not allowed
Same
anyone
like
else to play.
same
That's
like
the biggest
England.
part.
Same like England.
Hmm.
Yes.
They don't have
No, no,
any
England at
spinners.
least gave Atkinson a
Mohit,
chance and told Jimmy Anderson to retire. At
yeah,
one point, at least they took a
Yeah.
call.
yeah.
And
But
No, these
but
three they've been quite waste, and especially Mitchell Stark is such a one-dimensional bowler. Till the ball is swinging, he's doing everything, and suddenly he becomes so flat.
yeah,
And he's not even a T20 bowler. I mean, why? I don't know why teams just because he played a good final last year,
yeah.
teams think he's a good T20 bowler. I think these are all frauds. They have been exposed, and I think Yashasvi Jaiswal was right. You're too slow, Mitchell Stark. You're useless.
I'm going
Absolutely
to listen to
useless.
great cricketers cry. They were showing off so much before this match even started, and now
And Rohit and Virat have achieved more than these people will ever achieve, and they are truly legends of the sport. And especially Virat Kohli, he's won everything now. And Rohit is yet to win the ODI World Cup. He will also win this ODI World Cup in front of this Australian team. If they keep on doing shit like this, he
yeah,
will soon
Virat won
win
the
them.
2018 PGT, the second last one, but Australian greats have not won the series in India. These players.
Yeah, yeah.
They have not won anything. They have not won a series in England. Forget India. They can't even win a series in England. They're also there crying
They
that
always
ball changed and what changed and this changed
draw
and
the ashes. They
VP
don't
was
win
not there.
it.
They are taking
And
useless reviews today and they
yeah,
are
all
blaming the
reviews gone.
finally reviews are not there. Same thing happened in 2019 HK Best in Test.
Oh,
Nathan Lyon got benched to come,
yeah, I was
but
about to put that in group. Oh, that was so good.
so they are clearly having, and it's not Tim Payne's fault. This is
Yeah,
now Pat Cummins has been exposed, and these Australians need to go home,
yeah,
drink their beer, announce retirements. If
yeah.
you're a true Australian, just retire right now, Pat Cummins. Retire. We don't care about your
I
kids,
mean,
your family,
anyways,
and all those bullshit reels of your that is
yeah,
trending in India, and all
regarding
these
the
Indian
reel,
worshippers of Pat
yeah,
Cummins. They need to desert him right now and put him to the swords. No need for this Australian dominance halwa. Everyone is making, oh my god, we can't beat them. Simple South African team has beaten you, and you could not defend your honor in
yeah.
front of them. So get
The
lost.
reel, the first thing Indian fans did is like changing the ownership of Pagal Hui Jabo reel from Pat Cummins to Temba Bavuma.
And from now on, Pat Cummins should not be seen anywhere on Instagram. Sorry, but and even these guys were like, oh, he will win the IPL. He will not win. Let your legends win the IPL. So when Virat Kohli won, and now Temba Bavuma won, and everyone is winning, and they
Yeah.
are losing to Afghanistan in T20 World Cup. They are not playing
Yeah,
Champions
they
Trophy.
don't have
And what
that
are they thinking? There's some
quality.
cricketing royalty. No Australian team had this kind of mentality that these guys have. No
Hmm.
Australian team. And Scott Boland absolutely deserves the chance.
Yeah.
He should have been bowling here. He has last World Test Championship. He was superb.
True.
He would have loved this English pitch
I
and he
mean,
would have
until
bowled
and
much
unless
better than
somebody
that
gets injured, that
hazelnut.
guy doesn't get a chance to perform, which is very sick actually. This is not should not be the
Because these
case.
three think themselves as cricketing royalty and they will do
Hmm.
anything. पंत एंड पुजारा तो आउट नहीं हुए इनसे सिडनी में. अब यहाँ पे आके ज्यादा they'll make some green pitch nowadays and think that they are masters of the world.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of respect to Virat and Rohit. They've achieved a lot. Bumrah has achieved a lot. Indian team has achieved a lot, and everyone is in the same boat. There is no domination.
Yeah.
This era will be forgetful. This era will not be remembered in cricket. Yes, we will, our lifetimes will pass, but I don't think we'll be able to tell our
Yeah.
grandchildren any story about any great Australian team or
Yeah.
anyone. We
Yeah.
This era is lost.
Yeah.
Yes, we will tell them about, yeah, this happened, South Africa finally won, RCB
Yeah.
finally won, 1 year was there like 2025, but it doesn't mean anything significant because there is no domination and a team which had the chance could not take it.
But still, I mean, whether we can tell stories or not, but definitely South Africans will tell their grandchildren's the stories of how this happened. So, but thank you, Shikhar. I think Pratik left, but thank you to even Pratik for joining this and great celebration, great moment. It's history. So, yep. Thank you for watching us, guys. Keep subscribing, keep liking, and have a good night. Thank you, Shikhar. Bye bye.
Thank you, Manisha. Bye.